What's up YouTube? Jeff back again from highonandroid.com, and today I have for you another Apple product. I know, I hear the boos coming through the computer screen already from my Android fans, but the Apple Watch is undoubtedly an incredibly hot topic these days, so I went ahead and ordered one since I do have an iPhone, and mainly I want to compare it to my Galaxy Gear S that I've been using from Samsung and see how the two compare. So today we're going to go ahead and unbox my Apple Watch. Just got it. You can see there I got the 42mm case. That's the larger casing in stainless steel with a sapphire crystal retina display, ceramic back, and I went with the classic buckle, which is a leather black looking buckle that has a traditional watch type clasp. So we're going to go ahead and open up the box. You can see there the specifications. You've got a 316L stainless steel, which is supposed to be scratch resistant. So we're going to go ahead and open it up, take a look, and then I'm going to compare it to my Galaxy Gear S, which has been my smartwatch for the everyday for the last 3 months or so. So let's go ahead and open it up, get into the Apple Watch box, and see what we get inside. I'm pretty excited. Let's do it. Alright, so let's go ahead and open up the Apple Watch box. You can see here you've got the watch logo with the specs on the bottom as I showed. On the top you've got some white Apple branding right there. It's hard to see, it's white on white background there. And then we just got some plastic around the sides, familiar Apple sort of branding and writing on the back of the box. So let's go ahead and just open the flap. There's a little flap right here on the front. I don't think we even need our unboxing knife for this one. Apple tries to make it easy to get into the box there. And let's just put the plastic to the side as usual. And let's get right to the moment we've been waiting for. So let's open it up. The suspense is killing us. Put the top to the side. And this is very nice. Apple's got a presentation here. So that's the bottom of the box. We'll look at that in a minute. Pull out this piece here, which contains the watch. Apple's actually put you a nice little jewelry type box right inside. It's completely white all around the sides. It's got a little flap here. It's got a little green piece here that you can pull to open it up. And then, let's put that plastic to the side. You can see if you open it up, right here you've got a little embossed Apple logo right on the front. Nice little embossed Apple logo right there, you guys can see. And then, let's open it up. And as I said, Apple has given us a nice presentation that looks like a nice piece of jewelry. You can see here it's got a nice soft material to make sure your watch doesn't get scratched. It says Apple Watch right there on the inside, so you can get a good look at that. This is where the watch was fit into the top of the box while it was being shipped. And you can see here, just like any other nice watch you get a contouring pad, contours to the watch while it's inside the packaging. So that's a nice touch for people who enjoy regular high-end Swiss watches that are not smartwatches. It's going to make them feel more comfortable, more familiar. And then here we've got my actual watch. This is the 42mm stainless steel Apple Watch. You can see here I've got the black classic leather buckle. Let's go ahead and take off some of the plastic. Apple's put quite a bit of plastic on the watch. So if we look around here, we've got some plastic right hiding around where the clasp goes. So we'll take off that. Obviously I'm going to need that off in order to be able to clasp my watch. There's actually two pieces there, so you got to be careful. There's a piece that sits on where you actually fasten the buckle, and then there's a piece right here that ties around the loop. So there's actually two pieces of plastic on this. So if you get your Apple Watch, just watch out. You don't want to go out in public and be rocking your Apple Watch with plastic on it, obviously. And then, of course, we've got plastic that covers the beautiful sapphire display. So let's go ahead and take the plastic off of the actual body of the watch. The plastic is actually, the details are always great with Apple. Even though I'm a huge Android fan, I don't hate on Apple like everybody else. They put great detail. They even got a cutout for the actual ceramic back that fits and contours to the back, the circular cutout on the plastic. And details do matter when you're paying a hefty price. This particular watch was $699, so it was $750 with tax. That's a lot for a smartwatch. Even my Gear S, which you can see I'm currently wearing my Gear S right now. It's the watch I'm going to compare this one to. The Gear S I only paid $400 for at Verizon, and that was at launch. So just to give you a tour of the watch you've got here on the front, you've got the sapphire crystal display. Actually, if you saw Unbox Therapy, Lou, he tested this to make sure it was actual real sapphire, and indeed we found out that it is real sapphire. You've got on this side here, you've got your digital crown, you've got your button to get back to the home on the home screen, and then on the back here, of course, you've got the ceramic back, which has got your sensors built in for your heart rate, for exercising, keeping track of fitness goals. And then you can see here, it tells you on the strap, the size of the strap. So this is meant to fit the 42mm casing. These are swappable straps, so you can swap them out right there by unloosening this guy on either side, swap it out for a different type of strap, which eventually you'll be able to readily buy straps from Apple. They are expensive, some of the straps, but you'll be able to do that. And then it tells you down here that this is a natural leather, the natural leather buckle. And on the back we have some branding telling us that this is ceramic back, and then it's got a sapphire crystal on the front. So overall, my first impressions of the build, I did try one of these on in the store, but actually being able to hold it and sort of without someone looking at me and gawking at me. It's a very nice watch. It's got a very nice weight to it in the hand. It's a watch that feels like it's going to be enjoyable to have on the back of my wrist. We'll find out that in a moment. And also, the build, as with most Apple things, seems very, very nice. Now, of course, the question is whether or not this thing is actually worth 750 bucks, which is what you would pay after tax, and we're going to figure that out in just a second. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and power up the watch. I'm going to pair it with my iPhone 6 Plus, and then I'm going to come back, show you guys how it looks on my wrist, and then also show you a few of the features on the iPhone, how you can interact with your watch. All right, so let me go pair it up. I'll be right back with you guys. All right, so we're back. I wanted to show you guys the actual Watch Companion app that will be inside your iPhone when you set up your Apple Watch. So when you actually go through the process, when I went through the process to set it up, you have to take a picture of your Apple Watch with your iPhone. So it asks you to align your iPhone with the Apple Watch and then take a picture of your Apple Watch's face. And that will actually then pair your Apple Watch with the iPhone. So you can see I set up a passcode already on my watch. But that's basically how you're going to go through and do the pairing. Now once you've paired it, you can see in here, you can control all sorts of things on your Apple Watch using your phone. You can control the app layout, turn it on airplane mode, you can get information about your Apple Watch. You can see there the name of your Apple Watch, you can unpair the watch, and then you can also control your notifications, so what type of notifications you get from all of your apps. You can also control your glances, and the glances are basically sort of things that you can just sort of get some quick information from certain apps. You can control the general things like do not disturb, the general settings just like you have in the iPhone, things like your handoff from your iPhone, your iPad, your Mac, and also you can activate on wrist raise, so whether or not you want the watch to activate when you raise your wrist or not. Most people are going to want that. You can also control the brightness, your text size, the haptic feedback, so that's the amount of vibration you have on your watch, and then health, passcode, and privacy. And you can see down here, you have a list of all of your apps. So there are all the Apple apps that come installed standard at the top here. You've got standard things like Calendar, Contacts, Messenger, Mail, Friends, which you can set up your customized friends list, which you'll then be able to activate on your watch by pressing the side button. And then at the bottom, there's a list of third-party apps which you have installed on your iPhone that you can now use on your watch. So you see there, I have Amazon, a couple of finance apps, CNN, Adobe Creative Cloud, NBA Game Time, Instagram, OpenTable, Slack, and a few other apps. One thing I will mention is that I tried to install Slack and actually set up the Slack app, and it did not work very well on the watch. So I'll just show you guys really quick. If we go back out here to the home screen, let me enter in my passcode. So if we go back to the home screen here and go into the Slack app, which is over here, Slack, and this is a team communication app that I use with the guys at High on Android. You can actually see that this thing freezes up. So I'm trying to go away from this conversation, and it won't let me navigate away. So it's pretty obvious that there are some third-party apps that are having issues already, but this is a first-gen watch, so I'm going to give Apple a pass on that. I tried a few other third-party apps. If you take a look here, let me move my iPhone out of the way, sit the watch down here. If you look here, let me zoom in a little bit. We got the watch screen a little bit smaller there. So if you take a look at some of the apps, I installed ESPN, Fidelity, Twitter, and then I also installed this really cool app called iMathematics. So my profession, my day job, is as a math professor and researcher, so I always love to install whatever math apps I can get. This is actually a really cool app that allows you to do mathematics on your watch quickly, so you can actually get information. It won't actually do the computations for you, but it will allow you. It exited out because I wasn't touching it, but enter my passcode back in here, go back in. So you can actually get information, certain formulas, etc., on your watch. So if you go in here to sections, if you're in a college level math class, you've got arithmetic, algebra, geometry, you've got solid geometry and analytic geometry. You've got goniometry, which is the study of angles. It's one that probably people haven't heard of. And then you have analysis, trigonometry, and probability. So if you're taking calculus, if you're taking any college level math class, this thing is fantastic. I went through and looked at some of the features. You can get information about limits, how to compute limits. So if you're in a college level math class, this is a really nice thing to have on your wrist. Even for me, as a professional mathematician, I like to have it as a reference. I've been using MathRef, which is an app you can get on iPhone, but they don't have an Apple Watch app yet, so I went ahead and grabbed this. This is a great tool, so this is one other added bonus. Some students were saying they plan to use this to cheat on their finals. Certainly you could do that. You're able to add favorites, so if you click here, I haven't added any yet, but you can add a favorite topic, which you then can recall the favorite topic just by saying that you need it, or flicking up your wrist. So that's going to make it more difficult for professors to monitor when students are cheating. So obviously I don't endorse you cheating, but it is a great feature. It's a really good app. This is one I wanted to show because this is one of particular interest to me. All right, so those are some of the impressions of the software. I have noticed so far that the software is a little laggy and a little buggy, which normally we don't see too much lag from Apple products in general. Even my iPhone runs smooth, even though some of the features that it's missing from Android are annoying. But in this particular case, I've seen a little bit of lag on the watch, but it is super comfortable to wear, and I do like the fit on the wrist. So no negatives there, but the software is a little laggy so far. So I'm going to go ahead now and get a few of my other watches out and give you a quick comparison, really quick, to the size and sort of the fit and finish, so you can see how the Apple Watch compares to the Galaxy Gear S, and also how it compares to a standard Swiss watch. I'm going to bring out my Tissot watches and show you guys. All right, so I'll be right back with those. All right, so lastly, I wanted to take a look at some size comparisons from the Apple Watch. I'm going to compare my Apple Watch here. I've got the 42mm stainless steel, as I mentioned. Let's compare it to a few of my other watches. So one that everyone's going to want to see is, how does the Apple Watch look when compared to a standard size watch, like a Swiss watch, like a Tissot? And that's what I have here, my Tissot watch. You can see, of course, the Tissot watch is a round watch, so the Apple Watch is going to look quite a bit bigger just because it's got this square. But they are both sapphire crystals on the front, which is really nice. And again, if you haven't checked out Unbox Therapy, Lou's video, go check that out. I think a lot of people have. Both of these are sapphire crystals. So you can see, of course, on this one I've got the metal band. And if we put them on the wrist here, you can sort of see this is how the Tissot looks on the wrist. And then if you compare that to the Apple Watch on wrist, let me go ahead and put it on for you so you can see. So of course there's some differences between these two watches, the Apple Watch being a squarish front. You can see there the Apple Watch on wrist look. Of course there's some differences, as I mentioned, the Apple Watch roundish. It's going to be a little bit bigger, but it feels really nice. The build quality in terms of how the watch feels, the actual feel of the back of the watch in your hand, it feels really premium, feels really high quality. So there's no problems with that. You can see here I have one other Tissot watch that I brought out. I have two Tissot watches that I usually wear when I'm going somewhere sort of dressed up. You can see here I have the other Tissot watch, just so you can see the size. This one's a little bit bigger than the first one I showed you. So actually, even though it's round, this one is about the same exact size in terms of actual size it's going to take up on your wrist as the Apple Watch. And then of course the comparison that all of my Android fans are going to want to see. Here's my Gear S against the Apple Watch. You can see the Gear S dwarfs the Apple Watch. It is much bigger. In fact, if we overlay my Apple Watch with the Gear S, you can see that the Gear S is at least 1.5 times as big in terms of the actual screen real estate it's going to take up on your wrist. This, of course, has a 2-inch screen, which I will say the screen itself is great for reading email. So the one reason that I've loved having the Gear S every day is I can easily read email on my Gear S because I can get an entire email on this screen. So of course on the Apple Watch, I've already noticed using email, you're going to have a tricky time reading an entire email because there's not very much, of a screen here. So obviously, in that sense, it's going to be difficult sometime for you to read your email. You're going to just get a glance of the email, which there's nothing wrong with that, but that's something to keep in mind if you've been using your Gear S, that you're going to see a change if you switch over to the Apple Watch. Now, I know a lot of people who use the Gear S, unlike me, probably dislike Apple and you're not going to change, but it's something to keep in mind if you're considering both of these watches. And of course, just to give you a look, you guys have seen this on my wrist in past videos, but the Gear S is giant. So if you look at the Gear S on wrist, the on-wrist look of the Gear S, it's huge. It looks like a mini Samsung phone on your wrist, complete with a home button right there to click. So it's definitely going to take me some time. In fact, I can put the Apple Watch next to it on my wrist just so you can get an idea of what the difference is between the two. You can see right there, the Gear S just dwarfs the Apple Watch. The Gear S doesn't really look like a traditional timepiece in any sense of the word, and in some sense I like that because it looks like an actual piece of tech. No one would ever mistake this for a watch. So overall, I do like the Apple Watch so far. The build seems nice. I showed you guys some of the features that I really like. I'm going to do a full review of the Apple Watch. I've got to spend some time with some of the other features. Obviously, I didn't go over Force Touch or a few of the other good Apple Watch features. You see the digital crown there, which allows you to zoom in. Also allows you to scroll, so you can zoom in and out of your home screen. That's another great feature. So I'm going to cover all those features in my full review. I just want to show you guys a few quick comparisons and then also give you an idea of what I think of it out of the box. So overall, the build is fantastic. I have noticed some lag here and there. That's my first impressions on the software and the build. The last thing I want to show you guys is what's also inside the box, because so far I took the Apple Watch out. We were so excited to take a look at this guy that we didn't actually look at what's inside the box. I put my other watches to the side. Let's look at the charger, because I wanted to show you guys the charger. Some people were asking, does the Apple Watch charger have anything in common with the charger that you get for your Android Wear or your Samsung Watch? And the answer is no. The Apple Watch charger is quite a bit different. So if we take a look here at the Apple Watch charger, you get the normal Apple power brick here, just in white. And then the Apple Watch actually has this magnet style charger. So you can see here, this thing here clips onto the back of your Apple Watch. Just take the plastic off. This thing here clips onto the back of your Apple Watch, and then you can sit it there. So really what you're going to want for your Apple Watch is you're going to want a stand to rest your Apple Watch on while it's charging. I'm definitely going to get a stand. You could let it rest inside this thing, obviously, that it came inside the actual bottom of the box. That would be fine. But I'm going to get lots of companies are making some nice looking stands with wood, with other types of material. So I'm actually going to get a stand, and I'll have some unboxings of the stand showing you how the charger sits and how it fits inside the stand. And then, of course, with every Apple product, you get a little documentation inside, and we can be sure that we're probably going to get, actually, wow, there's no Apple sticker inside. All we get is a quick start guide here. So apparently with the Apple Watch, you get your little warranty information. There's no Apple stickers in here. So I don't know why Apple didn't include any stickers. I guess I'll have to take a look and see if maybe they did somewhere, but I just didn't notice them in my excitement unboxing. In any event, those are my impressions and the unboxing of the Apple Watch, the 42mm stainless steel version. I do have a sport version on the way that I also ordered. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep both yet, but if I do, I'll definitely do an unboxing for you guys. So I will be back with a full review again. Hope you guys enjoyed the comparisons, my first impressions. If you liked the video, give me a big thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more great tech content. And for all my Android fans, of course, I've got more great Android products coming up, a lot of great cases. We got some more case wars and some giveaways coming up for cases. So you guys stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching.